Oh my God, it's good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to my channel, Flourish and Try to Eat with EA. Welcome to another episode of my channel. My name is Elizabeth Akiniyi, and I'm a relationship and marriage therapist. For some weeks now, I have been down because I was really stressed out. I'm not really still on my feet, but that's one of the reasons why I'm actually making this video. I'm actually making live sessions. So I'll not be taking most of your time today. I'll just be going straight to the point. So in my channel, we talk about relationship issues, how to heal from trauma, and and how to have healthy relationships. So that is what Flourish and Thrive is with EA is all about. So without wasting much of your time, what do we have to talk about today? We are continuing from where we stopped last week, and about last week was codependency. Yes, that was what we talked about last week. And what I talked about last week was how your childhood shapes you for codependency. That was what I talked about last week. So this week we'll be continuing from where we stopped, and where we stopped. So in this week I'll be talking about how codependency, how it shows in adulthood. So what are the signs? Like, let me just say, what are the signs of codependency in adulthood, and how to break free from it? So that is what I'll be talking about today. This past few weeks, before I talk about that, this past few weeks, what I have been through, going to the hospital, taking several tests, has taught me one big lesson, and that is when your body gives you signal, please don't ignore. So because my body was actually giving me signals, but I was just ignoring. So we've done several tests, they didn't find anything until the last test they did. That was when they now detected the real problem. So I was advised to just rest because it's a stress related issue, and it takes time before I can actually come to full balance. So when your body is giving you signal, I beg, rest. Just don't ignore it. Take care of yourself. And it's really affected me, but I'm getting better. So let's get to what we want to talk about today. And what we want to talk about today is how codependency shows up in adulthood and how you can actually break from it. So I want to ask, have you ever asked yourself this question? Why do I keep being in relationship with people that need fixing? Why do I find it difficult to say no? You don't understand why you find it difficult to say no, or you feel guilty when you want to say no. So those are parts of the signs of codependency. If you're somebody, you keep moving from one relationship to another, and in those relationships you have to be the one to keep fixing, repairing, rescuing, or you keep attracting unavailable emotionally people, then today's video is actually for you, because I'm going to explain everything. So how does this happen in adulthood? Before I actually talk about what occurs in adulthood, I'm just going to give a little bit of recap of what I talked about last week, so that those who are watching me now can actually understand what we're actually talking about. For those of you watching me now, you can go to my last week live session. You can actually check for the video, family dynamics and how it forms codependency in adulthood. That is where we talked at length about how the way you were treated, the way you were brought up as a child, your belief system, everything, the kind of love you got, the attention, the nurturing you got, that shaped the way you see the world, and that shaped your relationship with other people, which made you become somebody who is actually fixing other people, rescuing them and saving them. So, but I'm just going to brush it a little bit here. So how does it form? How does codependency actually form? Codependency actually forms when you are when as a child you grew up in a home whereby love was not consistent. Maybe love was not consistent, love was unavailable. Maybe you had unemotionally available parents, so they were not there to actually meet your emotional needs. or they met little of your emotional needs. They might actually miss other needs. They might miss your needs, your financial needs. They might miss other needs. But when it comes to your emotions, understanding your emotions, you can't speak to them about the matters of the heart. You can't tell them things that are hurting you. So you're just the kind of person, you take instructions from them, then it has an impact. When a parent does not understand a child's emotion, the child is crying, and instead of you to try to understand why the child is crying, you get so impatient, and the next thing is you start calling them names, or you might beat them. Yes, it happens. Yes, it happened to me. Yes, in Africa it happens. For those who are not Africans might look at it that, what am I saying? But yes, it does happen. Because when a child is trying to say something is wrong with me, and the parents decide to say, what are you trying to say? And they scream at you, or they yell at you, or you're trying to get their attention, or trying to just tell them that this is how you're feeling, and the next thing is they just dismiss your feeling. They don't care what you think. They care for what they think. So in such a situation, you learn to suppress your emotions. You learn to suppress how you think. And mostly in Africa, they will always say, men, a boy child is going to be a man one day, so he has to be responsible for everybody. That boys don't cry, men don't cry. So that child learns to bottle up his emotions right from a very young age. So in such a situation, when you bottled up your emotions right from a very young age, you become bottled up because you are responsible for fixing your own feelings. And the funniest thing of all in all these things that for the boys, they tell them they have to take care of everybody. They have to take care of the home. They have to take care of their family, everyone, everybody all around them. And so as a result, they bottle up their own emotions and start fixing everybody. They are the ones that will have to take care of everybody because they are the boy child. Or another situation whereby your emotions, your feelings are not heard. So you look at it that the reason why you are actually raising up that issue or crying or doing something is because you want them to give you attention. You are seeking their attention. You want care. You want understanding. You want love, but you didn't get. So you learn to suppress your emotions. So when such things happens another time, you won't speak up. You will learn to suppress it. So as a child, you will still keep looking for alternatives. So when you now realize and understand as a child that, oh, if I keep quiet, my parents, they tend to be more kinder, more loving, more understanding. You begin to suppress those emotions so that you will keep getting that attention and that love which you want from them. So in such a way, you learn to dismiss your own feelings. You learn to dismiss how you feel, all just because you want them to feel happy with you. So in such a situation, you learn to please them to displease yourself. You feel like as far as I do it, and they show me care and nurturing, I'm okay with it. So in such a situation, that is what happens. So in such a situation, you are used to pleasing them, doing everything they want. So as an adult, it becomes an addiction. So it becomes an addiction. They come up with this theory that love has to be earned. So they are coming from a sphere of love is conditional, while rather it is unconditional. So in such a situation, they tend to like, okay, if I work hard, people will love me. If I do this, people will love me. They will give me that love, that attention. So it becomes very difficult for them to search inside and find that they can actually love themselves without anybody loving them. So they tend to look for that love. So they go extra mile. So they believe that you have to fix people, you have to care for people, you have to rescue people before you can feel appreciated, because they believe that is where their self-worth comes from. So it is a distorted way of seeing love. So most of the time they see it as love, but it's not love. This actually, I call it self-abandonment and self-crucifixion. Yes, you crucify yourself just because you want to make another person happy. So that is how what codependency is all about. So with that, knowing what codependency is all about, how does it occur in adulthood? Yes. How does it occur in adulthood? So we're going to talk about it in some different ways. We'll talk about romantic relationship. We're going to talk about the family, and we're going to talk about friendship. So those are the three aspects we'll be looking at today. So when we come to romantic relationship, people that are codependent in relationship, they are the ones doing the rescuing, doing the fixing. They are the ones trying to change their partner. So most of the time, they tend to attract unemotionally available partners. So they stay in that relationship believing that they will actually change that person and that person will appreciate them. So people that are codependent will always be this. We will always say, I'm looking for someone to love me. I just need someone to love me. I just need someone to love me. So they come up with the theory that how would I put it, that one day he or she will appreciate me for what I do. One day they are going to change. Yes, because they tend to stay in relationship whereby um like I said, they have to learn to fix the partner. The partners are not always there for them emotionally because the energy they carry right from childhood, their own emotionally available parents is still in them. So they carry that energy all around, looking for love, looking for appreciation, looking for somebody to care for them. And like times attract. So they will tend to keep attracting men who are emotional or women who are emotionally unavailable. So they are the ones that are actually doing a lot in the relationship. They are doing the fixing, they are doing the calling, they are calling all the shots while the partner doesn't do much. So they are the ones in charge, taking control. So they are the ones making all the decisions in the relationship. Such people, they find it very difficult to say no in a relationship. They always want to do everything to please their partner, and they find it very difficult to set boundaries. It's difficult to set boundaries. They don't know how to set boundaries. That's another thing. And another situation is that they see the red flags, but they overlook the red flags because they believe that, oh, no matter how bad or how bad he or she is, I'm here in this relationship and I'm going to change him or her. And that is how they go into that relationship trying to fix or change that person. And another thing is that they stay long in toxic relationship believing that that person will eventually will eventually change. So they tend to stay in that relationship for a very long time, and most of the time they become hurt, most of the time they become drained, most of the time they become frustrated. They suffer from burnout. They go through a lot of things in relationship trying to make sure the relationship works, but the relationship might eventually not work out. Some might work out, but it is not all that do work out. So those are some of the behaviors of codependent people in relationship. They tend to be clingy, they tend to be anxious. They're anxious when people want to pull away, they're anxious, so they put in more fire. They try to do so many things to make the person stay. They lose themselves completely. As long as that person stays with them, they are happy. So they forgo everything about themselves. They lose their self completely, all just to make somebody happy. So you can imagine a man can be in a relationship with a woman, doing everything to make that woman happy, but she's emotionally unavailable. And the man is spending so much, spending time, energy, effort, and everything on that relationship. But she's still the same. She's just there cold as ever. And the man is actually frustrated. He might be looking down. He's not taking care of himself, his health. He's not taking care of himself. He's not taking care of so many things about himself. All he just wants, as long as the woman is happy, that's all. So that is how it happens. It happens in relationship. It happens in marriages. It happens with engaged couples, whereby the man or the woman will be giving so much, and the other person is not giving half of what they are giving, and the person giving so much is losing themselves. They're not there to take care of themselves. All they just want is that as long as that person stays with them, they will keep pleasing them, even if it means displeasing themselves or losing themselves. So they tend to be people whereby toxic people take advantage of them, because when they realize that this person will do anything for me, all I just want is somebody to love me, all I just want is somebody to call my own. So they are busy looking for love up and down, up and down, up and down. So that is how it comes up in relationships. So that in romantic relationships, whether dating, whether engaged, whether marriage. So another aspect, let's look at friendship. When we look at friendship, they are the kind of people, they are the ones listening to the everything going on in their friend's life. They are the one giving them the advice. They are the ones that are always there for their friends at all times. They can give anything for their friends, but they themselves don't take care of themselves, and they don't want other people to take care of them. Can't share their problems with other people. They don't need anyone to help them fix their problem. They believe they are enough to fix their problem, so they keep it bottled up. So they put up this strong face that I am strong, I am strong, I am a strong person. Surely, I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. That I am a strong person and I don't need anybody. So most of the time, people won't know when they are crumbling. People won't know when they are going through stress. People won't know when they are actually going through burnout, because they tend to carry the weight of everything on themselves. So they will always help everybody. They will always fix everybody. Everybody is always dependent on them, but they tend to ignore themselves, because most of the time, most people don't even know they have problems. They tend to hide this so well that you think all is well, and they keep abandoning so many things about themselves, about their lives, what they have to do. I don't know, maybe you've seen people like that, you've had people like that in your life, whereby they can fix anything, they can be there for everybody, but when it comes to their life, they are not ready to do anything about it. And when you want to talk about it, they tell you that they are fine. They tell you that they are fine. No, like nothing is wrong with them, that they are fine. So that is number two in friendships. Now, when we now come to the family, they are the kind of people, they are the peacemakers. They're the one that try to keep the house at keep the fix the house, fix the homes. So most of the time, they might be the parents sometimes trying to fix the home, making sure that everything goes well. They try to control the whole situation, make sure that everybody is fine, especially the mothers. Yes, they try to take care of the father, they take care of the children, while they leave themselves unattended. They attend to the needs of the father, they attend to the needs of the children. They don't have time for themselves, they don't have time to take care of themselves. They always believe that once my husband is happy, once my children is happy, I am happy. So you can find an husband looking well, looking healthy, the children looking healthy, and the mother is looking not so healthy. She's looking unkept, she's looking not well kept. So you can find situations like that. So you can find people with such situation, it happens. So in such a situation, they tend to be the one to shoulder all the responsibilities, allowing everybody to do what they want to do, allowing them to live their life. Everybody all rely, I have a super mom, I have a super dad. You make your children irresponsible by taking up all their responsibilities, by taking up all their pains. You make them irresponsible. So these are the three different categories whereby codependency shows up in adulthood. It shows up in relationships, it shows up in marriages, it shows up in friendship, it shows up in your work life, it shows up in your work life. They want to be the one to shoulder everything, and you can't be responsible for everybody. So those are the three aspects I'll be talking about today. So how do you break free? I don't have much time. I want to finish this as soon as possible so that I can rest. Although I'm recovering, but I need to go and rest. So how do you deal with this? How do you break free? So for most situations, when you come to the awareness of some conditions in your life, like I would always say, that is when you actually break free. Awareness is quite important. When you are aware of the pattern that something is not right with you, that is when you can actually break free. So coming to awareness is the number one step which you can actually break free from codependency. Like I would say, you can't handle everybody's problem. You can't handle everybody's problem. You can't handle everybody's pain. It is not yours to carry everybody's problem. When you come to the realization that you can only do your best and leave the rest, you can't solve everybody's problem. No matter how hard you try, people will always have challenges, people will always have problems, so you can't solve all their problems. When you come to that realization, then you will understand that you can only do your best and leave the rest. If you burn out today, if you get over exhausted, If anything bad happens to you, those people will continue to live their life. Yes. If your boyfriend, your husband decides to divorce you today, your wife decides to divorce you today, your boyfriend decides to leave you today, your girlfriend decides to leave you today, they will keep on living even though you are not with them anymore. So understand that and realize that it is not your responsibility to fix them. Whether you are with them or you are not with them, they will keep on living. So do your best and leave the rest. That is one. So the second thing is this: you need to understand that you need to start practicing emotional separation. Practice emotional separation. Separate yourself from their pain. Their pain is not yours to carry. Let people carry their pain. Let people carry their burden. It's not yours. It's not your responsibility to carry everybody's pain. Learn to focus on your own pain. Learn to focus on your own problem and solve your own problem first. Even if you are going to lend an helping hand, don't lose yourself in the process. Think of yourself first. Think of your own peace of mind. Think, what I'm about to do, will it hurt me? Will it make me lose myself? You need to ask yourself those questions. Will it drain me? You need to ask yourself those questions before you decide to go into it and start taking up their pain as your own pain. It's not your own pain, it's their pain. So leave them alone to handle it. Give them the shoulders to cry on. Give them, you can hug them, pass them, but don't help them to carry their pain. It's their yoke. You can't help them to carry it. That is number two. Number three is you need to take time to be alone by yourself. Use that time alone for self rediscovery. Rediscover who you are. Rediscover what you love. Rediscover what you like about yourself. Go inward of yourself. Try new things. Try new hobbies. What are those things you want to do which you've been shelving because you're taking care of other people, trying to fix them? Start rediscovering them and start working on them. Set goals. Set goals. This is what you want to do. This is what you want to achieve. Start working on all those things. Don't, the time you're going to use to fix other people's, use it to focus on yourself. Take yourself out. Go to the spa. Take care of your looks. Take care of your body. Eat well. Sleep well. Be happy. Yes, be happy. Do all those things by yourself. And if you can do it successfully for days, weeks, then celebrate your wins. It's worth celebrating. Yes, it's worth celebrating. Celebrate your wins. That is another thing. Then start practicing boundaries. Boundaries, like I'll tell you, are gateways that teach people how to treat you. So if I don't know, I'm going to explain this. They're like a gateway, like I said, in which you teach people how to treat you. Yes, you teach people how to treat you. So when you're somebody without boundaries, you are like a house without a door, a house without a fence, a house without a gate. Anybody can enter a house without a door, without a fence, without a gate, without windows. Anybody can enter. So that is just houses. So a house with doors, with gates, with a fence, with boundaries is somebody with a fence, is somebody with boundaries. So you filter the kind of people that comes into your house. So because boundaries makes toxic people very uncomfortable, it makes them very, very uncomfortable. So when you set boundaries, you make them uncomfortable. So that is just what is happening. You make them uncomfortable. They find it very difficult to stay. So by setting boundaries, you learn to protect yourself. And when you set boundaries, you're teaching people how you want to be treated. Yes, how you want to be treated. So it is because you see the worth in yourself and you don't want somebody infringing on your space or treating you in a way you don't want. You set boundaries. So that's just it. And another thing you can actually do is you can pray. Yes, at prayer box. Yes, you can pray. Use that time to pray and see yourself from the dimension the way God sees you. The Bible says you are beautifully and wonderfully made, and you've got to see yourself that way. Your self-worth does not come by taking care of others. Your self-worth comes from believing that you are the apple of God's eye and that you are made special. You are a child of God and you are loved by God. If this is the rules of how you see yourself, then your self-worth will never diminish, irrespective of what you actually be going through. So these are some of the ways you can actually help to heal yourself from codependency. I'll still be talking at length on codependency by next week. There are 6 topics I'm still going to take. And I pray by God's grace that my health would have been better. I will have to go and see my gynecologist this next week so that we can actually finalize everything and move to the next phase of treatment. Wow. Yes, I've not even moved to this phase of treatment at all. I'm just advised to just rest. But that's the only thing I can do because of the several tests we have to keep running different tests trying to find out what is really the main issue. And it can be so disappointing when you're so full of hope. Oh, this is what the test is going to bring out. And at the end of the day, the result will come out. Nothing is wrong with this. We wait for the other side of the test. Oh, something is wrong here. Okay. Because of it, the doctor will say, okay, we need to dig further. So let's find out why is this thing happening. Digging further, digging further, digging further. Oh God. It has made me anxious, anxiety, I'm kind of filled with anxiety because I don't know what to expect. So I'm just sticking to the structure. Rest, 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 rest. So that is what I've been. That's the reason why I've not been making live videos. That's why I've not been making any shorts. I need to rest. Yes, and the rest has actually been working. So I pray that when I see next week, we finalize everything so that I can go to the next stage, the treatment. My body can come back to normal because it is well. It is well. I don't want anybody feeling pity for me. I'm going to be fine. I'm going to be fine. God is with me and I'm adhering to instructions, doing all the things the doctor asked me to do, and I'm going to be fine. So guys, in all conclusion, I want you to understand that you didn't wake up being codependent. Something happened that made you codependent, and you can work your way through and heal yourself from codependency. One thing I want you to understand that your self-worth does not come by taking care of others. The self-worth comes by understanding who you are and understanding that you are beautiful, you are fearfully and wonderfully made, and that God loves you. You don't have to work or do this or that before somebody can love you. Love is unconditional and you don't not have to do anything to earn it. Even God who created us, we don't have to do anything before he loves us. His love for us is unconditional. That is why he sent his son to die for us. And that's the reason why we are having the grace of salvation today. Yes, anybody that believes in Jesus will be saved, and will believe in his house and confess that Jesus is Lord, will be saved. Yes, I'm a Christian. Yes, and I believe in the word of God. I believe in Jesus. I'm a child of God. So I want you to understand that you are precious, precious in the sight of God. You are enough, and you don't deserve to stay in a place where you are not appreciated, where you are not loved, or where you are despised for the beautiful things you carry inside of you. No, you are not supposed to stay there. You are enough, and you can fly solo until you meet the right type of people who will love and appreciate you. So that is my take out to you guys. So I want to say thank you to everyone watching for watching. I hope you got value for your time, and I hope what I've said so far resonated with you. If what I've said resonated with you, do leave a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. If you're watching me for the first time, subscribe to my channel. So all my subscribers, I say thank you for subscribing. To all the new subscribers, I say thank you. I really appreciate you. Appreciate every one of you. So I have to go now, guys. I'll see you next week where we talk about another aspect of codependency. We'll soon come to the end of it, and I hope to take another topic soon. But I pray in the next few weeks, this health hazard will be over, and I'll be back to my normal self again. And then I can start dishing out so many things here. But for now, this is all I can do. So guys, take care of yourself, and I see you in the next live session. Bye.